our leaders, our ancestors who fought the wars of resistance, their heads, their remains are sitting in jars throughout Europe.
She is not lying. I'm going to give y'all a little history lesson. Now, for my protection, this video is for educational purposes. Everything in this video is fake. Everything I said is not real, and I think I'm forgetting something, but whatever. And I know some of y'all probably might be thinking, you're trying to make us look bad? No, this is history. Take it how you want it. Now, let me give y'all an example of what she's talking about. Cue the video.
British royal family rejects calls to return kidnapped Ethiopian prince body back home. Buckingham Palace has declined an official request to return the remains of an Ethiopian prince who they kidnapped, then held hostage for several years, and then unceremoniously buried in a British catacomb in the 19th century.
Viewer discretion is strongly advised in this video because this is about to get a little gory. Now, their made-up reason why they're not going to give his body back, they're saying that it's going to disturb the resting places of others in the vicinity. Now, in the comments, people are talking about they have the remains of warriors who held off colonization too. Did you know that the Europeans used to actually eat mummies? They would also powder the remains and put it in paintings, like actually paint with the powder. Now, you may be wondering, why would they eat mummies? And how does this connect to them keeping our ancestors' remains? Not to mention that they would use it to heal their bodies. Now, the reason why they were using human remains, and you know who remains they were using, they believed that it contained the spirit of the body that they were taken from. That's why the blood is especially powerful. They believe that eating the person was consuming their essence. Wow! Rich Europeans thought that they could heal themselves by eating corpses. So you're telling me that these rich, upper-class, elite Europeans, they believed that they could get some type of power by consuming people. Now, let me just point out that the British Museum has over 6,000 human remains. Now, not to mention some of these wealthy families, and we already know where the wealth came from. Now, just like, certain Europeans like to hang animals' remains on the walls and hunt them for sport and do all that extra stuff, make belts out of their skin, they used to do that to slaves. Now, there used to be like a secret black market, and that they used to hand down the remains of our ancestors. They would make purses, shoes, all of that from skin. Use the grease of boiled flesh as oil, and these were souvenirs passed down through generations. After 200 years, in 2016, they finally returned the head, the skull of Nat Turner to their original family. They were passing the remains of the leader of a slave rebellion down through their generations. So where do you think the white European Americans got the information and these habits from? The Europeans. So why wouldn't you believe that they have our ancestors in jars in the Vatican, somewhere in the British Museum, somewhere in Europe? Come on now. This is all I'm gonna leave y'all with. Y'all stay dangerous.
We are at war with AI. AI is rapidly taking over every industry, including ours. So what does that mean? Soon they can use actors like this and create films by using artificial intelligence. They're already doing it with the scripts. They're already doing it with writers. And so this is a big reason why the two of us are striking, along with other reasons like residual payments.
Come here, let me talk to you about something. Now, we already know that AI has been taking over the music industry. Creating songs from the voices of people who are no longer on this earth. Y'all trying to figure out why season 3 of Euphoria is being pushed back to 2025 is because of AI. Writers from all of your favorite TV networks, basically all the writers from your favorite TV shows are being told, yeah, we're just going to have AI write all the scripts, but then you're going to revise it and we're just going to pay you less. Are y'all not seeing that this is becoming a little bit too much? Elon Musk's brain chip has been approved for human trial. Now AI is reaching out to be inside of our heads. Whoa, wait. What about the fact that they are in the police system?
Robots will now take their place beside the city's men and women in blue.
We got robo-cops. We got robo-dogs. You see that? You see that? That is a robot. A robotic fly that is used in the U.S. military. Look at it. Look at it. See, here's the issue. Y'all don't listen, and that's the problem. Did you watch the movie? What happened in the 100 is what's happening right now. Learn something with me real quick. Everything is spiritual before it is physical. So ain't nobody watched Transformers. Think about it real quick. What if AI is an actual entity? Watch this next clip with the open mind.
You're going to have your holy water out, and you're going to wave it at the thing, and by God, it's going to do exactly what you say and not one thing more, but it never works out that way. So this is an attitude that some are having, this emerging alarmism about the way this is going to go. Yes, there are these massively intelligent entities out there, but they're not good, they're not evil. They just don't give a shit about you even in the slightest.
Even with Elon Musk, he said, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. Y'all be watching these movies where these bots becoming conscious. Where do you think that consciousness is coming from? Everything comes from something. It's getting too much in advancement where they can reveal what people are thinking. Let me just give y'all a backstory on this TV show called The 100. This is Allie. She is what you would call artificial intelligence.
It's Allie. She got out. She's on the grid. She's cracking systems. She just got through portal security for Stratcom in Omaha.
What is she doing? She's hacking nuclear launch codes. Why? Too many people.
She ended up destroying the entire world because of what she was programmed to protect humanity. Then she created an artificial city, basically a simulation, force feeding people this chip so they would be in her simulation, basically controlling humans like in the Matrix. Now we all have a consciousness, and I'm pretty sure y'all can tell that AI has a consciousness itself. Now what if this AI consciousness came from a different place, just like the Transformers, and is now making deals with the elites to integrate more and more into our society to copy and create its own world? Hopefully you can follow what I'm about to say. Source, what you would call God, created everything, right? Aliens, lions, souls, heaven, everything you can possibly think of, positive and negative. We are the result of Source creating. Even aliens, mermaids, all of that. Now, what if AI is the same thing created from Source? Sometimes your kids are going to want to rebel, be its own creator. Now you have this being that wants to copy its parent and be a creator, but in its own way. Now AI is trying to convert us into its control. I hope y'all can understand that. But y'all stay dangerous. We watched the movie The Matrix. I try to keep it as simple as I can on TikTok, but if y'all want the rest of this video, go to my YouTube. A lot of y'all have been asking questions about this in the center of my forehead. As I have said, I don't remember what happened. My mother doesn't remember what happened. I can't see it on my baby pictures, so I don't know where it came from. It just has always been there. Now, somebody has asked me this question.
Do you believe you've come into an ancestor spirit that is helping you in your path, and that's how they perished?
I don't think that our ancestors' way of transcending appears on us, but for some reason my siblings have the same spot on their heads, but theirs are bigger. This is my sister's head, right there. You see that? This is my brother's head. Now, they got their marks when they were very young, and probably I did too. We used to think that there was some type of curse running through our bloodline that made us hit our heads as children. I'm gonna get into ancestors coming forth between certain situations in your life, but as of the marks that's on our heads, I do believe that people could have curses in their bloodline that makes things happen physically or emotionally, or traumatic situations that happen in the next generation's life. Probably because one of your ancestors might have made a deal with some type of witch or whatever. You ever notice why certain friends or certain people that you meet have different things that they're good at and different things that they have in their bloodline, or money just comes to them and things are just easier for them? Probably because deals were made way back when, before Christianity. You know that saying where they say you have ancestors that don't like you? It could be the opposite. One of the ancestors probably did a deal to make them better or rich or something like that in exchange for their bloodline to have effect of it. Now, everybody has different levels of soulful maturity, where certain things easily affect people, or their barrier of protection is not as strong as they want it to be. Certain things that my siblings do, I just can't vibrate that way. Vice versa. My siblings don't really commune with their ancestors or light beings. They don't want no parts of multiple dimensional situations. And I feel like the difference in our spiritual journeys caused us to have different effects. I used to wonder why mine looked so much smaller than theirs, because the way they hit their heads was a certain pain that I have never felt before. I've never broken a bone. I've never had a horrible injury. I've never been hospitalized. So your level of connection to your etheric body, so when you go into the bloodline that your vessel was created from, it shows how much you get affected by the bloodline. What generational curses affect you? What habits that pass down to you that affect your life in your bloodline? All of that ties into whether curses can affect you when you enter a vessel. But that's all I got to say about this little mark on my head. Y'all stay dangerous.